Tell us a bit more then about some of your favourites by other illustrators. We've had a few examples.
I think this is one of the most fantastic picture books ever made. We all often talk about the gap between pictures and words in picture books, and this has got the biggest gap of any book that's ever been written. It all starts off with the editor talking to us, saying that 40 years ago this man called Harris Burdick came into his office with 12 stories, 12 short stories, but all he brought was the title of the story, a line of text and one illustration. And the editor was very taken with this idea, and Harris Burdick said he would come back in a week's time with the rest of the stories, and he never turned up. And 40 years later, the editor liked the pictures and the story and the suggestion of the story so much that he published it as a book, asking children to write the rest of the story. I think this is the best inspiration for creative writing there could possibly be. I don't know why this book isn't better known and better used in schools. This is an example here. I can put my glasses on. It's a picture of a man holding a chair above his head. There's a dramatic light just falling over, and there's a lump of something under the carpet. We can't see what it is. The title of the story is Under the Rug, and the only bit of text, it says, 2 weeks passed and it happened again.
I want to illustrate the fact that there isn't a picture book and then there's a border and then other stuff. Here's a picture book. You're probably familiar with it, but it's non-fiction. Gosh, where's that going to go in the shelves? It's a story, there's a story in there, and then it flips over with a few pages of non-fiction. Damn. Zagasu, you know this. This is made for grown-ups, clearly. I mean, obviously you can read it to children, it's totally wasted. Only parents will understand this book. It's fabulous.
Quentin Blake.
Quentin Blake. Here is a book full of pictures. It's non-fiction. Oh, well, that doesn't count then, does it? Oh, well, forget that. The Cartoon History of Time by Kate Charlesworth. I've read this 3 times. I don't understand a word. I get through first page and I'm already lost by the kind of what gravity is. It's astrophysics. It's particle physics. And it's hard, okay? It's cartoony. It's like a graphic novel. It's a children's book. And it's beyond me. Okay, a children's book? Or is it a graphic novel? Oh. And it's just, you know... And here's another one by the fabulous Sean Tan, an Australian guy. This one is just the most beautiful book you are likely to see. Once again, artwork sort of wasted on children, if that can be such a thing. It's stunning. It's about the arrival of rabbits in a faraway land. What it's really about is the destruction of Aboriginal culture in Australia. So, crikey, is that a kid's book? Don't know.
Yes.
Yes, it is.
It worries me when I'm sure it was a throwaway joke, but this artwork is wasted on children. I know that was a complete joke.
It was a complete joke.
Good.
Adults will get more from that drawing than children will.
Different things, I would suggest, rather than more.
It refers to various Australian artists and things people we're not particularly familiar with in this country, but well-known Australian artists. And straight over the kid's head, which is fine. I really don't mind whether things don't stick with kids, because that's part of the fact that you come back to it. You know, I pick up books that I saw as a kid, and I don't remember that bit, and that's magic. And finally, this one, which is by James Gurney, written and illustrated, and it is
Dinotopia. That
Dinotopia, and I'll try and get a big, bold picture. Great, huge, full-page illustrations, but with, come on, quite a bit of text. So it's a little novel. Well, it is a novel. So is a novel, is it a picture book? No, probably this is going to be in the coffee book section of the library. So once again, it's sectioned off somewhere else. And I don't know whether it's a picture book or not, but it's certainly illustration for older children. It's just a question of finding out how to get it to them. And I think that is more of a problem in a way than whether it exists or not.